Alright, so today we have on the bench is a Kenwood TS-950 we're going to be repairing. It came in to me with some complaints of some garbled audio on transmit after about 20 minutes of use of transmit time, and the receive tends to fade out, do some strange stuff. So I've actually heard this radio on the air, and so I know what it sounds like when it goes into this fault. So we're going to take a look at this, and we're going to figure it out. So I do have the service manual on the monitor over here on my left, or my right, or your right. And on this side here I actually have a service bulletin for this particular issue. We're going to see if it's going to be the same repair or not. I tend to look online before I open up the radio and just start farting around with circuits. I will see if there's anyone that's ever had experienced or repaired a similar problem, so I can cut some time down on seeing what circuits I can go after versus just trying to troubleshoot just to save some time. So I actually lucked out and I found a problem that's similar if not exact, and it was on a website. I may post it in the description in the video if anybody else has the same issue. Somebody said that you basically have to resolder an array of surface mount resistor arrays here. I think they're, I don't know, 14 pin or something. I don't know. It's just a vague drawing on a bulletin board on a forum. So we're gonna check that first. First, what I want to do is I want to confirm that the fault is there, which I know it is, and we're going to wait till it heats up, and I'm going to try and get maybe some, I have this freeze spray, and I know the problem's due to heat because after it warms up it causes the issue, and I'm going to spray the circuit with this stuff and see if it goes back to normal operation, and then I can confirm that I am working on the same fault that this specifies. So we're going to try that first, and if that doesn't work, we'll keep troubleshooting, but I have a feeling that this is what it's going to be, and I'm going to show you if it is this, if it's what I think it is for a repair. I'm going to show you maybe 2 or 3 different kinds of ways of resoldering this particular circuit because it's surface mount. So we're going to dig into the radio. I have it on right now. It's working okay, but I guess after you transmit on it for a while, I guess it starts to act up. So I'm going to get it warmed up and see if I can get it to fault. And if I can get it on camera, I will show you. If not, then you'll probably just see the next tape will probably be with the cover open and all the circuits exposed. So we'll see you in the next tape. So after about 20 minutes of fiddling with this thing, I finally got it to reproduce its problem. It sounded fine for the most part, so I have my other rig set up here on the same frequency. I got this transmitting into a dummy load, and as you can see, 1, 2, 1, 2, audio, 1, 2, that's it, blah, 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 hello, hello. So, up until right now, I was getting some perfect audio through it. I was getting some fine audio. I had my headphones because I was getting feedback. I had my headphones on, and I was listening to myself transmitting into the dummy load. Sounded fine, and then finally it started to sound like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the covers off, and I'm going to go for that circuit that they specified in one of the service bulletins, and I'm going to hit it with some freeze spray. And if it's a intermittent connection with a solder connection, it should make a change in the operation or the error. So we'll see what happens. Let's get this thing open, and then I'm going to have to try and get it back to fault again because it's probably going to cool down for a while. So we'll see where we're at. So we got it all torn apart here. I could not really operate this without. I couldn't figure out the fault without having to take out all these boards. So I mean, I couldn't get to the board without taking this all apart. So I couldn't test it while it was happening and try and troubleshoot it. You have to flip this whole amplifier tuner section over to get to the actual PLL board that supposedly the issue is on. And the CP1 through CP4 is these resistor packs right here. And you got to resolder these little tiny connections. So I looked at them under my eye loops, and to be honest with you, they don't look too bad. But I mean, I'm gonna do it. It's I'm gonna try and reflow them and see where that gets us. But I'm not having too much confidence in that in this fix. But we will see. It very well could be it. Alright, so I went ahead and resoldered the packs, the resistor packs. I do believe they're resistor packs. I went ahead and I didn't use my hot air reflow station because I needed to add solder to it. So I actually used a real fine point iron and did it by hand individually with my my optical glasses on. It has about a pretty good zoom on it, so I was able to really see what I was doing and make sure I wasn't shorting anything. So I'm going to put this back together and see what happens from here. I'm not 100% convinced yet because I didn't see anything jumped out at me that says, yep, here's the problem. And but you know, solder fractures, they're sometimes they can be so small you just can't see them. So I figure we might as well try this first before we go on to anything else, because that is the most complained thing about this radio. So we'll take it from there. So the conclusion on this radio is it actually worked. I've been transmitting on 10 meters for about an hour with a friend of mine, and it seems to be fine now. It hasn't screwed up. When before, maybe 10-15 minutes into the, or maybe even less, into a conversation, this thing would be messing up badly, and it didn't miss a beat once. So I think I'm gonna button it up and give it back to him to put it through its a real test and have him get on the air with it for a while and see if it see what happens. But I can't after doing that solder repair, I can't reproduce the error again. So I'm gonna do a little bit further testing with it, and if I don't find anything else wrong with it, I'm gonna put the covers back on and give it back to the owner and have them run it. So if you have a Kenwood TS-950 with some issues with the garbling on transmit and receive, give that little modification a try, and if it works for you, that's good. Some people say it has a pretty good success rate, and some people have some problems still thereafter, so there could be other issues at play, but that'd be the first thing I would go after and try. So good luck and have fun. 7 3s.